Hey, Pastor Steve Waldron. Today we want to look at the laws of information and technology and creation. So thanks for being here. Share with your friends, family, church family, homeschoolers. You may want to watch this as well. So God bless. Let's get started. We're using as our discussion starter today, Dr. Walt Brown's In the Beginning. He's got a PhD from MIT in mechanical engineering and taught at the Air Force War College, among other things. So let's look at what he has to say. Codes and programs. Again, thanks for being with us today. God bless you. In our experience, codes are produced only by intelligence, not by natural processes or chance. A code is a set of rules for converting information from one useful form to another. Examples include Morse code and Braille. I was reading a fascinating thing about a prisoner in Vietnam that was being shown on television, and he was commanded to say that he was being treated well, but with his eyes he blinked out Morse code for torture. And it was quickly picked up by people on the other side. Braille's another fascinating thing. The genetic material that controls the physical processes of life is coded information. Now, this is extremely important because, you know, your DNA is encoded with each DNA of the 100 trillion cells, 3.1 billion bits of information. So the genetic material that controls the physical processes, coded. It's all accompanied by elaborate translation. Your 3.1 billion codes in your cell is the world's longest word, as some would say, some scientists. Translation duplication systems, without which the genetic material would be useless and life would cease. Therefore, it seems most reasonable to conclude that the genetic code accompanying transmission, translation, duplication systems, and all living organisms were produced by an extremely high level of intelligence using non-natural or supernatural processes. You don't just look at a computer and it turns on. Somebody inputted that information. Likewise, no natural process has ever been observed to produce a program. Consciousness. Where did consciousness come from? It's God. A program is a planned sequence of steps to accomplish some goal. Computer programs are common examples. The information stored in the genetic material of all of life is a complex program. Let's go to information too. I think this is pretty fascinating. All isolated systems contain specific but perishable amounts of information. No isolated system has ever been observed to increase its information content significantly. I mean, a car that sits there just rust. You know, it's not growing. You throw your computer, your iPad out, it's not growing in information. Natural processes, without exception, destroy information. Only outside intelligence can increase the information content of an otherwise isolated system. All scientific observations are consistent with this generalization, which has three corollaries or consequences. Let's see what he says. Macroevolution cannot occur. Outside intelligence was involved in the creation of the universe and all forms of life. A Big Bang did not and could not cause life. One other thing I want to bring up that I think this is called homology, but a common designer, he brings this up. It's illogical to maintain that similarities between different forms of life always imply a common ancestor. Mistake evolutionists make. Such similarities may imply a common designer and show efficient design. In fact, where similar structures are known to be controlled by different genes or are developed from different parts of embryos, a common designer is a more likely explanation. So just because there's similarity amongst certain humans and creatures, it doesn't mean we came from each other. We came from God. It was an efficient design from God. So God bless you. I'm excited about this. We're going to be looking at vestigial organs, two-celled life, embryology, so much more. Talk with you later. God bless you. Bye-bye.